We're going to talk about finding the volume of a pyramid. And remember what volume is. It's basically trying to fill something up. So when we're talking about a pyramid, we all think about the pyramids in Egypt. That's exactly what we're talking about. And so for volume, if you think about this being empty inside, and we're going to pour water in through the top, and it's going to fill this pyramid inside, how much water would it take to fill that? So it's basically what is the space inside of that so that we can fill it is what volume means, is how you can think of it at least. So the formula for volume of a pyramid is on the formula sheet, so you don't need to memorize it, but you need to understand it. So it's 1/3 BH. And remember, when these are written beside each other, that means multiplication. So 1/3 times B times H. So what's B? B is the area of the base. So the bottom part, the part that the pyramid is sitting on, that's called the base. So you need to be able to find the area of the base. That's what's going to go in to the formula for that B. H is height. And what we mean by height is how tall is this pyramid. And so the way that you measure that is from the top of the pyramid down to the middle of the base. So wherever the middle of the base is, that is the height of the pyramid. How tall is it? Now, if you have watched the video on surface area of a pyramid, in surface area we want the slant height, which is the height of one of the sides, of the triangle on one of the sides. This is different. Here we want the total height of the pyramid, so we don't want the slant height. So if they give you the slant height, that's not what you want for this. In the surface area formula, remember, slant height was S. This is H. That means the height of the pyramid. How tall is it? And how you measure that is from the top of the pyramid to the middle of the base. So make sure you're using the right height when you are doing these problems. So basically all we're going to do is find the area of the base, find the height, which is generally going to be given to you, and plug it in to this formula. So let's say we have a square pyramid, and that means that the base of this is a square. And they tell you that the height is 9 meters, and the side of the base is 4 meters. What is the volume? So since this is a square, they've told us it's a square pyramid. If one side of the base is 4 meters, the other side, all of the other sides are 4 meters, all 4 sides, since it's a square. The height is 9. So how do we find the volume? Volume, we just use this formula, plug the numbers in. Is 1/3 times B. B is the area of the base. How do you find the area of the base? The base, remember, is what it's sitting on. This is a square. So what's the area of that square? If you don't know how to find the area of a square, you need to watch that video. But the area of a square is basically length times width. So B, the area, is going to be 4 times 4 square meters. So 1/3 times B, the area of the base we just found was 16, times height. Height they've given to us is 9. How do you multiply by 1/3? You can do that in your calculator. Otherwise, you think of this as 16 times 9 divided by 3. 1/3 just means you divide your answer by 3. What is 16 times 9? You plug that in your calculator, you get 144 divided by 3. You plug 144 divided by 3 in your calculator, and you get 48 meters cubed. That's the volume of that pyramid. That's how you would figure that out. So regardless of the shape of this base, it's the same formula. So let's say we don't have a square base, we have a rectangular base. And they tell us that the height of this pyramid is 10 meters. And the sides of the base are 3 meters by 5 meters. So we have a rectangle. We don't have a square. But it's the same formula, 1/3 B times H. B is the area of the base. So what's the area of the base of this rectangle, which is 3 by 5? Again, the area of a rectangle is length times width, which is 3 times 5 equals 15 meters squared. Height they're giving us is 10. So our volume is 1/3 times B, which we found was 15, times height, which is 10. We can write that as 15 times 10 divided by 3. 15 times 10 is 150 divided by 3. 150 divided by 3 is 15 meters cubed. That's a cube. Remember, when you're doing volume, it's always cubic. Your units are always cubic with a 3 on it. Okay, let's say we don't have a rectangle or a square, but we have a triangle base. I will attempt to draw this. So let's say we have a pyramid whose base is a triangle. And they're saying, for this problem, we'll say the height is 8 feet. And they also tell us the base triangle has a base of 4 feet and a height of 3 feet. So what does that mean when they're telling us the base triangle has a base of 4 feet and height of 3 feet? So remember, this is the triangle that the pyramid is sitting on. And remember, we need to find the area of this triangle. What is the area of a triangle? If you don't know that, you need to watch the video on area of a triangle. Area of a triangle is 1/2 base times height. So they're telling us that the base triangle has a base of 4 feet and a height of 3 feet. So the area of that triangle is 1/2 base times height, which is 1/2 times 4 times 3, which is 6. So that is the B, the area of the base for this problem is 6. So our volume, same formula for the volume, 1/3 B, which is the area of the base, which we just found since it's triangle, to be 6, times height. And they told us the height is 8 feet. Equals 6 times 8 divided by 3. 6 times 8 is 48 divided by 3 equals 16 cubic feet. So the answer here is 16.